Hello again, everyone. Welcome to this week's edition of Focus Vandalia. My name is Rich Hopkins. I'm the communications manager for the city, and we're coming to you today from Vandalia Fire Station number 3. We call this our training center. As we're finding out, technology is playing a larger role in keeping our fire and medic crews better prepared for what they'll encounter on the job. This month, the Vandalia Division of Fire has placed a new medic vehicle into service. It's a vehicle they purchased back in 2019. Fire Chief Chad Follick says buying the vehicle is just one part of that process.
It has other things it has to be upfitted with before it can go in service, and then we typically like to do a week or so training with it just to get the guys. It's very, 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 very similar to the other two that we have, the larger chassis medics on a international chassis, but we like to get them out and drive it a little bit and work all the bells. There are slightly different bells and whistles on that one than on the other two.
The division made the choice a few years back to move to a heavier duty type of vehicle for the medics. It's a move that's been paying dividends ever since.
We have significantly less maintenance issues with these vehicles. They're built a little stronger. It's more of an over-the-road truck than it is a van. Our medium-duty chassis were van chassis. They were scheduled to be replaced about every 7 years. We were getting about 6, maybe 5.5, 6 years out of them before we started to really see maintenance issues of a higher price nature. So we feel that we made the right decision. We can stretch these to 9 to 10 years out, and we've had significantly less issues.
Not only are we extending the lives of the vehicle, now we're focusing on extending the lives of the knees, backs, and other joints of our firefighters and EMTs. Follick says even the cots used for patients transported to the hospital have improved through technology.
We purchased automatic cots, which allow us to lift the cot with the patient on it from the ground up, and then we still had to load them into the medic unit, which sometimes takes 2 or 3 personnel. Bigger patient may take more than that. So we decided that we were going to take a safety step to improve safety for our employees plus our patients. We don't want to drop those or injure those by dropping them. So we had a new cot lifting system installed on the new medic, and we asked for a capital project in 2020 to upgrade the other 2 medic units, retrofit those, and that was approved by City Council. And we're in the process of ordering that equipment now and having it installed.
The new cot lifters should go a long way towards helping keep our medic crews healthy.
Our injuries are lifting injuries, knees, shoulders, backs. So we believe we can significantly reduce the number of injuries we're taking in those situations by installing the cot lifting system. Essentially, the system lifts the cot into the medic, takes the burden off of the crew to have to lift that patient into the medic, and it's at the same weight limit that our cots are at, so 600 or so pounds. So it's going to require us just to basically guide it. So there's no more lifting for the most part.
Technology is also impacting the way our fire and medic crews are training. A good example of this can be found in the dummies we use for CPR and other trainings.
The best way to do that is through realistic training. So instead of marching victims in here and trying to simulate victims, we invested in a high-tech training mannequin. It's something similar to used by the colleges and the hospitals around us to do nurse training or doctor training or medical staff training in those facilities. It's all operated from a laptop or an iPad. It can make realistic noises. We can perform almost every skill in our protocol on the dummy, and that mannequin will provide that active feedback. So it'll bleed, it'll moan, groan, it'll talk to you. You can listen to lung sounds and evaluate those. It has blood pressure and pulse, has heart rhythms, so you can do all those things where we would not be able to practice some of those things on a live patient that especially require invasive procedures like needle cricothyrotomy or needle decompressions or IVs or intubations, things like that.
The mannequins are easily programmed to present any number of symptoms and have enough sensors built in to provide accurate feedback.
It's really realistic. Our guys have, we've posted some pictures of the guys training with it on Facebook, and the guys seem to be really reacting to it. We also, as part of that project, upgraded all of our CPR mannequins. So when we're out delivering CPR training to the public, we have feedback now. You can see feedback, so the mannequin will tell you if you're doing effective CPR or not. So it was all part of a larger package, but the full-scale mannequin we've been using quite a bit for internal training. We intend on taking it out to other type training, our police officers, our lifeguards, things like that.
Our last bit of technology to talk about helps firefighters and police who need to make a forcible entry into a home or business.
We purchased a forcible entry simulator. It's a steel door that we can practice basically physical forcible entry, forcing doors of different types, different tools, and we can build locking systems into it. It's a standalone thing. It's relatively heavy. We usually have to use the forklift to move it, but once it's in a position, we can train for several hours on it without any problems.
All of this new technology does come with a price tag, but the bottom line is this: when you pick up the phone to call 911, you know that the crews that respond are better trained and better prepared to give you the assistance you need. That's going to do it for this edition of Focus Vandalia. I'm Rich Hopkins. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.